Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay? I never can tell. I love this place, but the acoustics is not always the best. For those of you that I haven't met, hi, Grant, my friend from elementary school days. Always good to see you. I want to welcome all of you on behalf of the City of Berea. For those of you that I haven't met, my name is Bruce Fraley. I'm Mayor of the City of Berea. This is a Bereans Helping Bereans event. This was actually created through feedback from the public back in the fall and early part of the spring. We had our first Bereans Helping Bereans. Was that February or March? Yes. in that time frame. But the idea was to bring service providers together, citizens together, because Bereans do care about Bereans. Earlier today, I did an interview for Berea Home Village. And Berea Home Village does great work, of course, for the 55-plus community. They serve a lot of folks in the city. But during that interview with a lady from Indiana, she asked me about Berea, kind of why something like Berea Home Village works here. And it's the same reason that all of our service providers that are here work so well in Berea, because we're still a community where people really care about each other. We look after each other, and we have each other's backs. So I think Berea has a culture of that going back to when I was a child, and that still continues today, where Bereans care about each other, and that's one of the reasons that we wanted to do this. Xenia Hensley, I'll introduce her here in just a minute, our community resource coordinator. She did all the heavy lifting and on the first event and on this one. But one thing we found with the first event, we had a lot of people asking questions and a lot of dialogue, and people that were able to express concerns, and we could take some of those concerns back, answer some of them there. But what we found out was a lot of people really wanted more time with the service providers. We would have each one of them come up, and I think we did a couple of minutes each on what they did and how they could help. But people really wanted more time just to be able to know who's here and to be able to sit down with people and engage in a dialogue. What my hope is, and I think Xenia and our city staff that's here would share the same desire, is that you'll connect with somebody that will either help you or help you help somebody that you care about. And one of the things that I observed earlier with service providers having dialogue among each other, where we can learn a little bit more. Charlene was telling me about what she's doing, and I didn't know that, so I've already learned something tonight. So even if you don't have a specific need from somebody at a particular table, I would encourage you while you're here to try to get around each and every table and each and every service provider, and try to make a new friend too tonight. And that's the way we get things done, and that's the way we look after each other. But again, this is our second Bereans Helping Bereans. Xenia asked me earlier if we hope to continue doing this, and as long as there's a demand for it, I think we can. And somebody asked me, what about the crowd? Are you worried about the crowd? And I'm really not. And I think I talked with Marty about this. The example that I used with Xenia earlier today was, let's take Berea Home Village, for example, since I've already called them out. I don't show favorites, but if we connected one person that didn't know about Berea Home Village with Berea Home Village, and it kept one person in their home living independently for another 8 or 9 months before they had to go to a care facility, would that be worth it? One person. So that's the way that I look at this, is by bringing all of us together. First of all, I appreciate everybody taking the time to come, whether you're here to find out what's available in Berea, or whether you're a service provider that wants to educate the community about what you do and how you can help. So again, thank all of you for being here. Thanks to our city staff, especially Xenia Hensley. I'll call her out. She does the heavy lifting. Our community resource coordinator, which is one of the best, probably the best new position that we've created in the last, as long as I've been in the city government, 10 plus years. The best thing we did was to hire a community resource coordinator that can help people make those connections, to either help you or to help you help somebody that you love or care about. So I do want to call out Sean Sandlin, our city administrator, who's at the City of Berea table. Sean's my right-hand person. I rely on him for so much. He's so smart, guys, and he has such a high capacity. I'm always worried about overloading, but I really don't think I could, because he just has the capacity to do whatever's needed to be done for the people. and to do the right thing for people. So I would encourage you to, if you haven't met Sean, come over and say hello to him, shake his hand. And then next to him is our only other elected official in the room, Council Member Katie Starsman. So I always appreciate you being here. And any kind of community event, anything that we're talking about, how we can help each other, Katie's always there. So I appreciate you, Katie. And I have probably talked too much. I haven't looked at Xenia to see if she's giving me a look. But she's probably giving me the look. You know, I'll introduce you to Xenia Hensley, the City of Berea Community Resource Coordinator. Give her a hand.